Sustainability is big for us here at Spring Farms. There's three legs to a stool really. There's an environmental aspect, there's a financial aspect and there's a social aspect. If one of those legs is not there, then the stool falls over. I'm Mark Chrystall. I, along with my wife Jane, my brother Richard, his wife Julia and Amanda and Rob Collier farm here east of Taihape. Here in Taihape in Mofonga. I farm with my wife Jane, my brother Richard and his wife Julia, and Robert and Amanda Collier in a joint venture business called Spring Farms New Zealand Limited. I went to work for Mum and Dad in 1999, and then in 2003 my mum and dad retired, and that's when my brother came back from Hawke's Bay. We started in partnership then. We farmed pretty much about 700 hectares at that stage until 2008 when we formed Spring Farms New Zealand Limited. We did a lot of work on how we would grow as a business. Taihape is very, very conservative and there's not a lot of land historically comes on the market, so we needed to think outside the square on how we grew. I was always keen to separate land ownership from our trading or our cash business. I just wanted to pull them apart. Spring Farms New Zealand Limited is a sort of a bit of what I call a hybrid model of only owning the stock and plant, and we lease all the farms from the land-owning entities. We started in that business with roughly wintering 15,000 stock units. We've had some growth along the way, purchasing another property in 2009 in the Kawatau Valley, which now takes us to 27,000 stock units that we've wintered. We had a big drought in the 2007-2008 year, and we ran a high stocking rate in our hill country, and unfortunately in 2008 we had to sell all of our ewe lambs. And this really made us look at our business and look at how we could change and become more sustainable really. So what we did was turn all of our Class 1 country into lamb finishing crops. We pulled the stocking rate back in our hills and finished all of our lambs basically to customer requirements. That's given us that consistency of selling a unit load of lambs basically every week from December through until the end of April. We're very focused on the environment and put a lot of energy into that space. We've planted last year 4,000 native trees. This year we've got 5,000 planned to plant. We've fenced off a lot of our waterways and created wetlands. We're also looking towards doing some pest control work and even liberating some blue ducks, some whio into those areas. We've been a big part of setting up catchment groups in the Rangatiki. We're part of the Upper Mofonga one where we stand here. And that's been great. We've got a lot of work on water testing in our streams to see what the nutrient levels are. We're running an Old Man's Beard workshop shortly. We've done some macroinvertebrate studies in our rivers. We see an added benefit for the farm. It looks good. If we can see all these water corridors of ours being fenced off and planted, native birds coming back, and we are saving on nutrients getting into our waterways. Professional development is a big part of what we promote as well, whether it be Richard, myself, Rob or our staff. We're always learning. I think I get the best out of myself when I'm challenged, and I think we as farmers need to be on a little journey like that.